So this was an interesting piece of news that I thought I would address, and before you get too excited, there is no confirmation yet, at least as of the recording of this video. Anything can change, but there's no information yet about anything about a new Berserk anime coming, so don't get your hopes up for that. That's not what this is about, but something really unique is happening here. So we are all aware of perhaps the 2012 Berserk anime films, the Golden Age trilogy that they did. It was essentially redoing the Golden Age arc once again, just like they did in the 90s, but they did a more updated, higher budget version of it, split it into 3 films, created a trilogy, and it was the Golden Age arc trilogy, which is actually my first introduction to Berserk. So I actually have this movie trilogy to thank for introducing me to the property to begin with. But it came out 10 years ago in 2012, and every time I think about 2012 being 10 years ago, I go into a slight existential life crisis, but that's also not what this video is about. Now, I knew this was happening. I knew that they were re-releasing the 2012 movies, but they were re-editing it to be like a series that's going to air on television. So instead of being in movie format, they would cut it down, I'm assuming, into like 22-minute segments, just like a series, and create a TV series out of it instead of doing it as movies, which I thought was a little bit weird. And I knew that they were doing this already, but I didn't feel like it was worthy of making a video about, because honestly, nothing really would have changed. It's the same thing that we've gotten before, just kind of re-edited into something else. So I didn't really think it was worthy of creating a video about. However, a lot of news have come out about this in the past like 24 to 48 hours that keeps getting a little bit more interesting as time goes on, especially with this promo image that they just released, which showcases what? The Bonfire of Dreams sequence. Of course, a scene that was for some reason not featured in the movie. There's a lot of very important scenes in the manga that were not featured in the films for some reason, Bonfire of Dreams being a major one. Also the Wounds chapters, also particular things with Skull Knight that weren't in there. Also, Rickert and, his group of the Band of the Hawk being killed by the Count. And there's a whole bunch of things that just were not in there. Wild, obviously, who has never been animated. That poor guy. Dude, let's give Wild some justice, god damn it. It appears that with the re-release of the 2012 movies into episodes, they are adjusting quite a few things. Now, this is the actual official website for it, and there's not a ton of information on here. There's actually more information on Twitter than there is on the official website, but we'll get to that in a moment. But yeah, this brand new promo image that we have here, which looks like absolutely gorgeous, and it's, all the character designs that we recognize. And look, they put Gaston on the poster. They're doing my boy right. Good old Gaston. And the 3 bits of information they have over here on the side is, number 1, Susumu Hirasawa and Shiro Sagisu are going to provide new music. Now, if you guys are aware, Hirasawa is the person that's done virtually all of the Berserk music that we come to know and love over the years, from the 2012 movies, from the 1997, the Guts theme, all of that stuff. Susumu Hirasawa, he is the man. He is the fucking Shakespearean conductor of amazing emotion and feeling when it comes to the soundtrack of Berserk, with both the heavy, intense fighting vibes as well as the more somber Bonfire of Dreams-esque reflecting on your life kind of moments. And Sagiso worked on a lot of the 2016 Berserk stuff, which I know the anime itself was pretty much crap, but you got to admit that the music from 2016 was virtually the only good thing about it. So having those two combined into this sandwich of awesomeness, that's incredible. Now, the second part is also very interesting, where they say hundreds of existing cuts will be remastered and upgraded. So I think the quality for the 2012 movies are mostly pretty good, except for a few of the scenes where it's just strictly CGI. And a lot of that, too, I think is pretty rough in the first and second movie. By the third movie, it gets pretty good. The CGI blends a lot better with the 2D animation. Now, you guys know me, I don't like CGI animation at all, really, when it comes to anime. I mean, some CGI animated films I enjoy, but when you're mixing it in with anime, I prefer just the 2D. But I do gotta say that as far as Berserk goes, by the third movie, that it is incorporated pretty well. All things considered, if I had my way, it would be 2D the entire way, but we'll take what we can get. So a comment from Hirasawa himself, and look at this motherfucker, right? He just looks like a goddamn wizard, man, which he basically is. 10 years since the movies came out, the memories of the different experiences surrounding the production of the theme song have not faded over the years and are still alive today. Mixed in a place like a top secret facility, meeting with Mr. Sugisu, the aura of ambition and exhaustion admitted by a large number of young on-site staff members whose names are unknown, in front of the wonder that is all of these vivid experiences are in the reality created by Kentaro Miura's pen tip, which is only a few tenths of a millimeter. I respectfully present here the new music given to this solemn stance increase, which, that's a little bit of a bizarre translation between Japanese to English, but essentially he's saying that, like, this all came from Miura, and I am respectfully creating what I feel works with that material, and it's good to just see, like, the passion coming from that, you know what I mean? Like I said, there's actually a lot more information on Twitter than there is the official website, with people commenting on what is actually happening here and commenting on the promo image showcasing the Bonfire of Dreams scene and talking about how there's going to be other scenes from the Golden Age arc or just from Berserk in general, we don't really know, incorporated into this new TV version. So they're saying in the theatrical version, new scenes such as this that we're seeing here was cut down due to the length of the movies, and retakes have been added to create the Berserk TV series. Please take a look. So he's saying that, yes, this scene is included, as well as other scenes too. So this one here looks like it comes from the voice actress of Kasuga in the Japanese version, saying that I am still in charge of Kasuga's voice, played a new scene that was not drawn in the movie version. So basically a brand new scene that they haven't even dubbed before. So this is something that wasn't just edited out for time, or if it was, it didn't even get to the dubbing process. So this is something she's saying is brand new. Doing my best now, said the same thing 10 years ago. Broadcast starts in October. And yes, that's also true. On here it does say that, let's see, I gotta translate everything. I wish I could speak Japanese. October 22nd. Okay, so not an exact day, but October 22nd, which is pretty damn soon, actually. It's already August for some reason. Somehow it's August already. I don't even know how that happened. Another translation from part of the studio saying that many things happen, but for the first time in 10 years, created a brand new scene. There were some things that I could understand right away, and there were some very detailed additions, so I made it carefully while considering it. Please look by all means. So I think he's specifically talking about this Bonfire of Dreams, but from what I'm understanding is that there's more than just this. It seems to be hinting at the fact that there's going to be more than just that scene added. And I mean, there's a whole bunch of stuff you could add. I mean, there's a whole bunch of stuff like within those films that just, they gloss over a lot of shit to get through the story as quickly as possible. And the story does suffer from that. Judo's voice actor here, those scenes and lines that I wanted to act out, I'm glad I was able to speak them for the first time. Broadcast is in October. So all the voice actors are hyping this up. So, and it can't be just that scene because Judo wasn't even really in the Bonfire Dream scene, unless you just count like the 1 second where he gives Kasuga the elf dust, right beforehand. So yeah, talking about the promo image and stuff that's out. So this is getting a little bit more hype than originally expected, which is very, very interesting to me. Like I said, originally I wasn't even going to make a video or comment on this because it was going to be the same thing. It's the same anime just broken up into episodes, but this and this hype surrounding it and the voice actors commenting on it and new music from Hirasawa and new scenes that are added, this is shaping up to be something that might turn out to be pretty damn cool, even if it only lasts one season, which would be the Golden Age arc. But, and again, I don't want to get our hopes up for anything because we live in this crazy world where Berserk can't seem to get a solid quality anime adaptation. But think about this: if they re-release the 2012 version, which basically tells the whole Golden Age arc, there are definitely scenes that I wish they would add in. Bonfire Dreams, Wounds, Wild, there's things in there that I really wish they would put. And if they actually did, then we would have a full, coherent Golden Age arc, and it would be animated at pretty high quality. Like the movies are pretty good quality when they're not CGI. When they're actually doing the 2D animation, it looks pretty good. And if that's an episode format now, and we get those extra scenes, then we have a full Golden Age arc in anime form. That even shows more and gives you more than the 97 did. Now, if you continued it from there, using that as your jumping off point, as your leaping point, and then you went straight into the Black Swordsman arc, and then from there went straight into Conviction, yeah, it would be a little, you'd get the Black Swordsman after Golden Age, which wouldn't be the way it's told in the manga, but you could start essentially from the beginning, have a solid quality Golden Age arc that's there, and then continue forward doing the whole anime justice. Now, I'm not saying that that's what they're intending to do, but you got to think about it this way. You got to think about it like they are hyping up this re-release quite a bit. The manga is continuing. The manga is going to end. It might be, years from now, but that's the intention. That's the intention of the continuation, is to finish the story. If an anime started production even in the next 3 years, it would be many, many years until they caught up to where the manga is now. So you could start rolling out an anime while the manga is ongoing, because there's no way that you would catch up in time. I'm just saying, this makes me a little bit more confident in the possibility. I don't necessarily think that that's what we're going to get, but I am much more confident in the possibility. So, I don't know. Tell me what you guys think. First of all, tell me if you are excited for the re-release of 2012, or if you don't care, because I do know there are a lot of people out there that just hate the movies, that just find them to be very, very poor quality, never want to watch them again, think that they're absolutely abysmal. So, if you're on that side, let me know as well. But if not, what do you think about turning it into episodes, adding more scenes? And by doing that, do you think that leads to more potential for a future continuation of Berserk? So let me know all that down in the comments below. Like the video, subscribe if you want to stick around and see some more. Thank you guys, as always, for your continued support, and I shall talk to you next time.